safari begins in the Tanzania National Park, Tarangire, which is up on a ridge. And the result is that around behind the lodge there's a steep cliff, and down that cliff you can see all kinds of animal life. All of the African wildlife that you've always dreamed about passes by just underneath your camp. The camp itself is largely made up of permanent tents. Now we went to Tarangire specifically because it is the dry season. And Tarangire has its major source of water, the Tarangire River, and that river does not go dry during the dry season. And as a result, this area has a very large population of elephants, which of course need tremendous amounts of water. There are as many as 5,000 elephants in the park at any one time. The park residents include black-faced fervet monkeys, which, if you're not careful, will filch your breakfast right out from underneath your nose. On the first day's trip out into the game park, we came across this scene. It contains just about everything you ever thought of as including Africa.
They even have a termite mound.
Right.
Yeah. It's a classic African
This
scene.
is a nice one with just the two rows.
It's a giraffe. Look at this.
Still.
Terrific.
I don't want to rear it.
Don't worry about it. We won't. I mean, it's not gonna hurt it. It's not gonna hurt it if it goes off. Look how. Now that's what you call a mud bath. My wife, she's really big on baths. I said, well, honey, look at that one.
Well, some of the places in Europe, that's what this is.
Oh, yes, yeah. Yeah, yes, you're right, absolutely. They've got whole facilities set up.
You know, like that garden and stuff.
There's some babies. No, not making that noise? Oh, okay. Now what's that one, Willie?
Is a zebra making that noise?
Uh-huh. As it got on to evening, we had to head back to the lodge, and the next scene is us driving along the road, And what you see in this scene is an old baobab tree. Now the old baobab tree will get to be as much as 1,000 or even 1,500 years old. And the next morning we got up and we located some baboons.
Don't mess with my family.
Did the baboons fight with anything?
Anything they want.
I'm on the backs of the
Yeah.
donkeys yesterday.
They're on the backs.
They're
of
on the
these,
backs
too.
now.
Yep, there I go.
Did they ride the backs of the dads too?
No, shoot, that's woman's work.
Just the mom?
Yeah.
The women, I mean, the females always do all the nurturing. Right?
But they groom
See, they groom.
the men so
They like to groom.
They're prissy.
Oh, fight! Fight! Gang fight.
Yeah, but did you see how Mama came up there and broke it up?
I sure did. She said, all right,
That's
join
enough.
us. In your room, 5 minutes.
Up the tree,
Up
up
the
the
tree,
tree.
up the tree,
Everybody up the tree.
up the tree. Why? Why are you all going up the tree?
That's a riot. That would be a great picture.
Oh,
Is
up
anybody
the tree
taking that
with
picture?
Mama on my back. I mean, oh, look at that little one going all the way up on.
Now the next scene is of a wildebeest that we came across,
Well, Dad's
and
down there.
he's going to do a little bit of running for you, and his running is just absolutely comical.
Look at him run.
Now this behavior is called pronking, and lots of antelope do it. And it might be to convince predators that they're fit, or it might be just because it makes them feel good. Here's something you don't see every day. These are adult female lions that are up in that tree, and they're just hanging over that branch. If you ever heard that lions can't climb trees, well, that apparently is not entirely true.
Oh, yes.
What a picture. Oh my God. What a picture. I mean, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I'm shaking. I'm too, excited.
Now, are we going to jump down?
Here we go. Okay, here we go. What's we gonna do?
Right.
What's we gonna do? We're gonna.
See the difference in that? Not you saw.
Can I get it, Louie?
I'll get it for you. Just a second. I'll get it.
Wait, let's see where it is.
It's right here. I'll get it.
Hold on.
We're
seeing the lion.
So that, and we're seeing the lion, and so the lion will have to do that some other time.
I wonder, do you think she's totally given up?
No.
Yeah?
Think so?
No, her head's down low.
She's still in stalk mode.
Yeah.
She looks like,
and more zebras this way.
I don't know.
Now this next scene is what the lion is stalking.
All right, tell me when you stop moving. Are you settled in there, guys? Oh my God. She's taking a knee.
She might as well take her time. She's gonna have a hard time.
Zebras are looking that way. They've seen it.
Yeah, they've seen her.
They've seen her. They have seen it.
Yeah, well, she's way too far to make any kind of move.
No, I mean no. Zebra's running quick.
Oh, she's moving.
They must have forgotten she's there.
Oh, here we go, guys. Here we go. She's. Here we go.
But that lion never really did get close enough, and when it did start to make its move, the zebra were out of there, and the only thing that was left where the zebra had been was dust.
Now we can fuss at these people. Up there.
Am I being?
Now we have a disappointed lion.
You may have noticed that with baboons, the young frequently ride on the backs of their mother, sort of in jockey-like fashion. And coming up, I'm going to be showing you just exactly that. But what you're going to find out is that that's not the only way they ride. Only the older children ride as though they were jockeys on the back of their mothers. The really young baboons, instead of riding on the back of the mother, will actually hang on to the hair on her belly as she walks along the ground. Here we see a mother with a very young infant. You can't see the infant very clearly, but every once in a while you'll get a glimpse of him. And when she gets up to walk, that infant is going to be hanging to her underside. There you see it.
Yep.
Now it's relatively easy to find lions. Lions aren't very secretive, they're not afraid of people. But leopards, well, that's a different deal. And here we see one that we caught just at sundown up in a tree. He's waiting for night to come so he can go out and start stalking. And he's not happy when he sees we've seen him.
He's upset.
Oh no, Meg, no. No. I'm at the end of my roll.
He's mad.
I don't like this position. He just put himself in. Go talk to him. Growl back.
Growl?
He definitely did.
We waited for the longest time for that leopard to come down out of the tree, but he never did. And as you know, when it gets dark out in the park in Africa, we have to be back at our lodge, so we never did see him actually come down out of the tree.
Hey Leonard, what do you guys think about if he just pulls it forward just a few more inches? You wanna jump?
He looks like he is.
He's gonna.
The leopard never did come down out of the tree, but the next morning we ran into elephants, almost literally. The elephants acted like they owned the road because in fact they did. We couldn't get off the road and they weren't about ready to move. These two old guys are about as old as elephants get, about 50 years old.
That is it. I'm thinking about you, Alan. I want you to get a good shot. Oh yeah.
Yeah, right in the head.
Shot in the head.
Close up of the tusks.
Very wrinkled skin.
Oh, go scoot a little forward.
Stop.
Elephants can, in fact, turn over vehicles, and they're fairly dangerous. And when we got back to camp, we found another elephant. Now, this elephant that we found back at camp is nobody's pet elephant. This is a wild elephant that has come into the camp area to graze on the irrigated grass.
Evan, quick! Give me a bushy stick!
Ngorongoro is a huge volcanic crater. The crater, which erupted a very long time ago, is about 10 miles across, and we're up at the edge of that crater now, looking across the bottom of the crater over to the rim at the other side. And you can see that there are lakes down in this crater, and there are about 50,000 large mammals in this crater at any one time. Now, unknown to me, while I'm doing this filming, there is a leopard slipping up on us from behind, and the guide is going to tell us to all get back in the car, but of course that doesn't stop me from getting a few shots first.
Get in. Get into the vehicle.
The next morning we went down into the crater, and the first thing that we found was a pride of lions. Now these lions were sleepy lions, and the only shade that they could find was the shade of another tourist's Land Rover, and they were taking full advantage of it. But eventually that Land Rover moved. Their shade moved, and that Land Rover moved. The closest shade became the shade cast by our Land Rover. And so, one by one, eventually, all of these huge cats come into the shade of my Land Rover. And as a result, these lions are really only a few feet away from my camera, and there is nothing between me and those lions. Now, these cats are whacked out for a particularly good reason. They have been hunting the night before, and that's the kill out there in the grass. Now, I'm not sure just exactly what it is that they've killed, but there is a lion out there laying in the grass. You can't hardly see him now, but he will show a little bit of his face and one ear before the scene is out. Now you're about to see a photograph. This is one of my favorite photographs, and the shadow that you see is of course my Land Rover, and you can see my shadow as well amongst the lions. The next morning we went down to the lake. The lakes that are there are not salt lakes. They are, however, soda lakes, and very few animals can really tolerate the caustic nature of some of the water that's here. One of the animals that particularly likes that is the flamingos, and the flamingos like it because they're able to eat brine shrimp, which can live in that water. Here we also see a mother and baby rhinoceros. Yes, that is a baby rhinoceros.
What's up?
I don't want to bother you.
What's up?
I changed the battery.
The copper.
Hey, baby. Whoa, baby. Oh, baby, baby.
Next client, selectively.
Actually, I just got a shot.
Of a tick bird.
Actually, the water buffalo in the foreground, zebra in the middle,
Elephant in the back, yeah. Well, there's some. It's like little gazelles over there on the left. I've heard many.
The mammals that live here in the crater are fortunate over most African animals because they don't have to migrate at all. The animals here that normally migrate, the herbivores, can stay in the crater all the time because there is fresh water here year-round. And that means that the predators don't have to migrate either because the herbivores are going to be here year-round. You probably always assume that the large cats are dangerous, and elephants, of course, are dangerous, but some of the most dangerous animals in Africa are the Cape buffalo, which look pretty stupid and docile, but are extremely temperamental, and the hippopotamus that we see from time to time. Both of those cause surprising injuries. Here's a warthog. This one reminds me of somebody that's got high heels on the way it's walking.
Comes Fisi. You see Fisi? Hyena.
What?
Now I'm going to show you a den next, and we'll be photographing inside the den. And tell me what kind of animal you think it is. It's a hyena.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go change my phone.
Here's something else that's interesting. Look out in the grass there. Do you see that gray lump out there? Now, what kind of animal do you think that is? Well, it's an elephant, and that grass is in fact quite high. Well, we're headed back to the Soda Lake again, but this time we're going to be taking a fairly in-depth look at some hippopotamus and their activity during the day, which you're going to discover very quickly is minimal.
Shots there.
Yours is auto, right?
Oh, push with those legs. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, they smell.
See, I told you.
Well, that's a good noise.
Okay, wait, John, get a butt shot.
Yeah.
Get a butt shot.
He's sitting here
I'm gonna get a butt shot, man.
Boy, you guys are stinky, he says.
Why not? Point
I gotta go
blank.
wash you off. You
I
guys
want to get a book.
aren't using your pampers
About
like
4
you're
or 5
supposed to.
shots left.
On that roll.
And I was trying to get a good shot.
Well, this is the most action we've seen all day.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
That's
Oh,
right,
now
you
that
go
one's
over
gotta
the
move,
Boy,
you
that
see?
one his nose.
See, how can you sit there laying in that that?
Baby's getting away.
Yeah. This is a lot of action. Got one drinking.
This guy's getting up to it.
Oh man, too much
You
excitement.
have to get a transitional shot.
Too much
Get one
excitement.
like that when he's half up. Do we have to wake up now? Where's my morning coffee? They have really stupid tails.
Stupid for us. Right.
We hit it. We hit the pocket here, guys.
Yeah.
The other two will get up in a minute.
There's 2 real big ones and 2 medium-sized ones and 1 small.
They're probably heading their way back out into the water. They may get deeper after a while. Ooh, oh, they're all starting to wait. There you go.
I think you have to film it, right? Right? Yeah.
There he goes.
There.
Submerge.
See, now he's just going
Oh,
to
he's
sit down and
turning
be
around. Oh, this one's going to get up in a second.
That one's just going back and turning into a rock again.
We're making some splashing.
This really is a significant moment in the hippo world.
Right.
This is significant activity. Now that one's prepping itself for the 40-yard dash. Look at those strides, folks.
Now they're related to pigs, right?
I'm surprised they leave the baby alone.
Well, the baby's starting to move more, though.
Hey, if something happened to the baby, they could run back there in 5-10 minutes.
Yeah. Actually, it's kind of like the lions would have to get through the Range Rovers.
Yes.
It's a great film.
March on, man. Give it a big right rudder, right there. Hit it! Whoa! Hit it! Whoa!
Matumbamba. 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 Matumbamba.
We came upon this kitten. Actually, there were 2 kittens when we came up on them playing in the middle of the road, but they decided pretty quickly to leave. Now what we're going to do is we're going to stay here. What I want you to do is to count and see how many kittens this pride happens to have.
Yes.
That one, I didn't quite get a picture fast enough from that one. That was the greatest one in the road. You see where he
Yeah,
looked at you?
I got one.
How they looked at you. Yeah. Probably if we backed up just a fuzz. If we backed up just a little bit, you might be able to see the head of her. There you go. Hope. Wait a second, Willie. I can see here though, man. We can move forward. I'm not saying wherever, gang. Go ahead. The collar. She's got a collar on her neck. Yeah, they must be tracking her.
The lioness with the collar on, I think that's Grandma.
Where are the babies? Over by.
They're right in front,
Do you
to
see
the
this
right.
other lion with the female to the right? Oh, no. And the baby is right there. Come on, you can have baby.
Come on, baby girl. Oh, yeah, the kitties in there.
There's a newspaper.
Yeah.
Look at the two of them together. Look, can you see that?
Kama wamechoka, kama hawapandi kikapu, wapeleke ukalani. Kama hawapandi kikapu, wapeleke ukalani. Mimi hao nitawapitisha kule.
Actually, there's two cubs up in front by that one lioness.
Look how, what color these lions are. They have like a stripe down their back.
Lions too.
Look, she's nursing the babies.
Nasema?
Man, they're chewing on us.
Hiyo si kweli. Haya maneno unazungumza sio kweli. Mtu yote anaweza akarudisha kwa sababu wewe na wewe ndio unahusika.
They've got an ostrich out there. You see that?
What do you mean they've got?
Right straight up. See,
dead?
see? Yeah, they're chewing on it. They got an ostrich kill out there. Or some sort of
Look
bird.
at this over her
See it?
face.
Go
Yeah.
just to the left of it, just past those branches. See the activity moving out there? Yeah, it's an ostrich. Well, let's see what these people do. 4, 5, 6.
Oh my God.
There's six babies.
They surely are not all hers, right?
They look like it.
Do all the lionesses, they just nurse their cubs, right?
They share.
They share?
They share.
They
The
share.
mother lion can nest the cubs.
Okay.
That's why she has a collar.
She's going to feed.
Yeah.
Now, coming up is one of the real highlights of the trip. It's the hot air balloon ride, and this is the only time that they let us out into the park at night, because we had to get to the balloons before dawn so that the balloons could lift up at dawn.
Okay. The other balloon takes a little more time to get off, I guess. Oh, it's quite pleasant.
A bit more peaceful now.
Yeah.
Not now.
Could turn you right into a...
In case you don't recognize them down there, in that pool,
Actually,
those are
that's a built up
hippos.
there at the first time. They haven't moved. Quite intriguing. Quite intriguing. A stork and a stream. Oh, mine.
Over here.
Number 2! Number 2!
Sorry. Be right behind you now, Trey.
Very sort of bumpy. Look at that one. Really bumpy runners.
After we landed in the balloon, we had the traditional champagne breakfast out in the bush.
Yeah, there's a really distinct game.
A little while later, we spotted a leopard up in the tree. This leopard has got his kill up there as well, which we'll
In
see.
the tree? Yeah, that's what he does. The kill is in the tree. Yeah.
Should be. He carries them up there.
Try to look for it. Where's this one?
Right?
Yeah.
That's Anton. Yeah, I want to get both.
I think the animal that's up there in the tree may very well be an impala, but it's certainly some kind of antelope. Here we see a giraffe, and what you see on the giraffe is what's important. It's huge numbers of oxpecker tick birds. These birds are not only getting a free ride, they're getting a free meal as well.
Oh, that is incredible.
What do you like about it?
Sawa, itabidi utafute nani Edward alafu tuende Moshi nikirudi over.
I love that tail.
Umenisoma? Johnny. Itabidi nikirudi tumtafute Edward tuende Moshi over.
We're going back now to where those lion cubs were. I'm going to see if we can find them again. And what we found was the lion's kill is being raided by hyenas, but the lions aren't far away.
Those hyenas are real bucking.
The lion sometimes grab a kill from
Look at the
hyena.
hyenas.
Yes.
And they're like,
Yeah.
ooh. There should be some good shots coming up, Philip. I hope so. This hyena's looking real nice.
Yeah, that lion is gonna chase them.
The hyena's like, we can get one last fight, please.
Looks like we have a little game of chicken here.
Yeah. One hyena already took off.
No, they're both kind of around.
Oh, that one is leaving. It's different. The other one's standing there.
So where's the other one? Oh, what a great open shot.
The lion didn't have to growl or anything. Just walk over.
Yeah, well, the hyena's still around.
You're right. This one has a radio car.
Kill in the background. So he's in the shade now. That looks like a perfectly good shady spot.
Now, we've seen most of the big cats in Africa now. The big exception to that is the cheetah. And the cheetah is going to be coming up next, and it's going to be resting in the shade of a thorn tree.
You could back up a little.
Mm-mm.
No,
That's fine.
that's fine.
Leo.
That's creepy.
Go back to these video guys.
Right at us. Boom.
Thank you.
Well, it's the end of another day, but today, instead of going back to a lodge or a permanent tent site, we're going to be tenting out in classic tents.
Yeah. Can I guess?
So do I.
I think everybody does. You do too? You can go.
Ah, good. We'll camp here, Riano.
Yes, follow.
Adolo, good job. Put one tent there. A couple here. You boys can camp up there.
Yes, go.
These pictures are taken using the infrared portion of the camera, of course, and when the camera sees too much light, as from the gas mantle lanterns over there or that campfire which is on the far left, it tends to throw the whole thing out of focus. But otherwise you can see that the pictures are fairly decent. Later on that night, we were visited actually by a couple of cats, a leopard who made a kill, and we discovered that the next morning. And the other thing was a lion came through the camp. Now, I couldn't get any pictures of the lion, but I did turn the camera on so that you could hear the lion. Next are some hippos, and we'll back to the lions again. I'm going to swing around and show you now what the camp looked like the next morning. Those, of course, are our Land Rovers. The top comes off of them so that we can stand up and shoot out the top. That's what the tent looks like, and that little caboose there on the end of the tent, that's where the toilet is located. You'll notice that there's a pan of water in front of the tents, so you want to be careful leaving water out. The hyenas might come up and try to get a drink out of it during the night. This is the shower. They made some hot water for us over the campfire and poured it in, and we could get a shower that way. It's breakfast time, and we're coming up in the next shot onto the breakfast tent. You can see what it looks like. I already told you, of course, that this is the dry season, but in addition to it being the dry season, it's been a series of years that they've been having a drought, so it's really extraordinarily dry. And of course this little dust devil is an indicator of that, as well as those vultures which are flying around. Water is at such a premium that this croc that we're zooming in on, and you'll be able to recognize him by the scales, it really doesn't have water to swim around in. All he has is mud, really.
He's kind of wallowing in the mud.
Yeah, walking along there.
It'd be nice if he came up in the bank here and opened his mouth. I don't think the croc gives a damn.
I can't eat one of those things.
Oh, now I see.
One of them could get stuck in the mud. That would be a problem.
I wouldn't want to see that.
Right next to the croc, he's not doing anything.
Well, they're too big for him.
They're coming back now. They're fun.
They cooled off. It's amazing they can drink that stuff, huh?
Mm-hmm.
The zebra and other animals that need lots of water should have moved up into the Masai Mara by now, but instead many of them failed to make the migration, and they're still down in this muddy stream, which is pretty rapidly drying up.
Wait a second. No, this is not good. You don't know how to cook it. Isn't it really smelly?
Wait.
You want like the crocodile right there? Where? With the zebra.
Huh.
Crocodile didn't even pick his head up.
I still don't know where it is. Is it where that
It's right
zebra's
there.
head is?
Yeah, the zebra is smelling the crocodile.
That's what I thought. By his face, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I didn't know if I had the right thing or log.
Let's go get nice and nutty.
You have enough time to drink.
So much for the zebra
You have
show.
enough time to drink,
You just realized the others are gone.
Mm-hmm. But he was real curious as to what that was. Hmm?
The end of the zebra show was also pretty much the end of our trip to Tanzania. I hope you enjoyed it.
Hey, Ma, look what I saw.
City